Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at Kia. We're gonna take a look at this 2022 Kia K5 GT-Line. So huge shout out to them for providing this sedan for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. All that info is down in the description. The K5 that you see behind me is finished off in wolf gray, and it has an MSRP just under $30,000. Underneath the hood of this K5, you'll find the 1.6 liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's paired with the 8-speed automatic transmission and pumps out 180 horsepower around 5,500 RPM and 195 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,500 RPM. This model is front-wheel drive. It weighs in right around 3,200 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds up to its top speed of 130 miles an hour. And it also has a fuel capacity of 15.8 gallons. You can expect to see around 27 miles per gallon in the city and 37 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 112.2 inches. Its overall length is 193.1. It has a width of 73.2, a height of 56.9, and its ground clearance measures in at 5.3 inches. As we work our way to the exterior now for this K5, let's start off with these headlight housings because this has a really nice set of LED DRLs and turn signals. You can see that they extend down the side of the vehicle in the top section of the front quarter panel just to give it a really cool and unique look. This also has the triple beam design for the LED headlights and high beams, and it matches nicely with this front grille. You can see how it's incorporated, wrapping right around the headlight housing itself. And there's a really cool pattern in this mesh. Definitely a lot of openings to provide cooling to this turbocharged engine, along with all the cutouts down in the lower section. This also has a forward-facing sensor as part of all of the technology features. And this model also has LED fog lights. You can see that the black trim from the center portion of the bumper goes right in between the bodywork, leading all the way to those fog lights. And this has some really nice contoured lines surrounding them, especially down in the lower section of the bumper. And then you can see there's really nice lines coming down the hood with the brushed aluminum Kia badge front and center. I think that's a really cool new logo. It's been on a few of the Kia models so far. And then as we work our way to the side, you can see this has a really nice set of 18-inch wheels. They have a two-tone design to them along with that 5-spoke design too. This has blacked out mirrors along with the integrated turn signals. And this model does have the full panoramic sunroof. So you can see it's blacked out, gives it a really clean look. We do have some brushed chrome trim surrounding the windows. You can see really nice lines running down the side, some contoured lines in the lower section of the bumper, and then some subtle lines just underneath the door handles. We have that nice sloping rear glass to give it more of that coupe-like design. And then in the rear, you can see the gloss black trunk-mounted spoiler along with that brushed Kia badge. This does have LED taillights, and you can see the connector bar running right through the middle. Has a cool design with some gaps in between them just to give it more of a unique look. You can see the dual exhaust down below along with some gloss black trim. We have some more off-color trim right in the middle with a few fins to give it that sporty design. And you can see some more black trim pieces over on the sides with a really nice line running right through the middle. And with the exterior wrapped up, it's time to move on to the rear cargo area where you can use the button on the key fob or the button to the right side of the backup camera. And you can see with the back seats up, there's definitely plenty of room in this sedan. We have a lot more room over on that driver's side and over on the passenger side, and the spare tires up underneath where you could place some other items if you needed to. And then to fold down the back seats, all you need to do is pull on these tabs on both sides, and you can see with them folded down, that provides you with a lot more interior space. And then this trunk lid is very lightweight, making it easy to close. And now let's work our way to the back seats. And you'll see on the inside of the door panel, this has some really nice materials. You can see the black leather on the armrest along with this black trim. This does have a 6-speaker audio sound system. You can see a little bit of storage down in the lower section of the door, along with this trim piece just underneath the release handle. K5 is also down on the door sill. And now at 5'10", it's time to work my way into these back seats. I do have the front seat set at my height. You can see there's a little bit of storage behind the seat, as well as plenty of room for my legs and my feet. And then I have around 2 or 3 inches above my head here. It's actually pretty comfortable in the back. You could easily have 2 other people next to you. Right in the middle, you'll see that we do have this armrest along with 2 cup holders if you need to use it. And these seats, as I mentioned earlier, also fold down. So you can see from this angle here, you definitely have a lot more space. You can see out of the back glass there, along with the small window in the back. So you definitely have a lot of visibility. Right in the middle, you can see 2 USBs. We have more storage space over on that passenger side. And then we can take a look at this full moonroof. Goes all the way back for your passengers here. And then before we work our way to the front seats, this K5 does have remote start. So if I lock the vehicle and then hold this button on the side, this will automatically start up, which is a really cool feature to see. If you do need to shut this off for whatever reason, you can hold down that button, and then just by clicking on the unlock button, we can work our way to the front door panel, which you'll see is finished off just like the rear one. This has a really neat design for the speaker cover. You can see a little bit of storage space. We have all the window controls along with the side mirror adjustments. More of that trim piece running on the upper section. K5 is down on the door sill just like in the rear seats. And then looking at these black leather seats, you can see GT-Line right in the middle. Really nice silver stitching running down the sides and a cool insert running down the middle. These are automatic seats, so we have all those adjustments down on the side. And now hopping in, this has a low door sill, so it makes it really easy to enter and exit. And you can see just how far that door opens, so that definitely helps. And then looking at this steering wheel, you'll see it's completely covered in solid black leather. We have black stitching running along the inside. Now it's time to start this up. So with my foot on the brake, we have that brushed aluminum button over on the right side. We can bring this to life. And looking at this gauge cluster, you can see on the left side is the engine temperature and the tach. On the right side is the fuel gauge and the miles per hour. And then front and center, you have a lot of information you can go through. Using these buttons over on the right side of the steering wheel, you can see the steering assist as well as the distance pacing. We have the smart cruise as well as the pages button and these dials here to go through all this info. So currently you can see miles per hour. You can also pull up the TPMS. If I push on this pages button, you can go to the next tab where it will show you your fuel economy. You can look at some more driving information as well as pull up the different driving modes. So currently the vehicle is in sport mode. You can also go into smart, normal, and custom. So just depending on how you'd like to drive this, you can easily configure that. And then you can also scroll over, look at your compass. You can look at your attention level. So when you've been driving this for a long period of time, it will tell you when it's time to pull over and take a break. You can also look at the distance pacing. And then over on the left side, you can see Bluetooth and voice commands along with volume and tuning. This also has a flat bottom design for the steering wheel along with the GT-Line badge. And then working our way to the left side, you can see the trunk release along with traction control. We have the lane keeping assist along with a dimmer switch for the gauges. You can see more of that trim along with one air vent. And then right in the middle, we have this 10-inch screen. There's a lot of info you can go through on this, but over on this left side, you can see map, which is currently pulled up. We have navigation, so you can go into all those icons to be able to set that up. There's also a favorites button too, so you can pull that up and customize this button with what you'd like to use the most. You can see power and volume for the radio is also over on that left side. And then we can quickly get to this home screen here where you have a lot more icons for your map and navigation. You can see your phone. Your phone projection is how you can pair your phone to this system. You also have media, your climate, look at your manual and a few notifications. And then looking at this home screen here, it's basically more of a calm setting. So you can see your music, date and time, along with a small diagram there for the map. So if you don't want to see these, you can quickly hide them. If we go into climate now, you can see you can quickly adjust this when you have it on. You do have physical buttons down below, which I'll come back to. And then over on this right side, you can see shortcuts to radio and media, along with seek and track. And you even have a setup button too, so you can go through all this info and just configure it how you'd like to. So it's really helpful to have all that info. You can see more of this brush trim surrounding two air vents right in the middle, along with the hazard button. And then coming back to all these climate controls, you can see we have the temperature dials for driver and passenger. Fan speed is right in the center. You can see the front and rear defrosters, as well as some other recirc controls, nicely laid out as well. And then in the lower section, you can see there's plenty of room to place your phone or other smaller items. You can see a 12 volt along with two USB ports, so that's great to have. There's two cup holders over on the right side of the gear selector. And then with my foot on the brake, you can push the release on the left side, put it into reverse, so you can see the backup camera up here with the guidelines. You can also have these split screens, so you can still have that information over on the left side. And then you can go into the camera and configure that, of course. You have a top-down view with the guideline, and then you can also go back to the camera that you just saw. Very helpful in backing up, especially in parking lot situations. You can also go over into the sport mode setting here, so you can shift using the gear selector. Right behind that, we have the auto hold for the brakes, along with the electronic parking brake. This is that rotary dial to go through the different driving modes that I showed earlier. You can see the wireless charging pad is just behind that, and you can actually sink your phone down in there just a little bit, so that way it's going to hold in place. And then opening up the center armrest, you can see there's a lot more storage. You can see a little bit more of that wireless charging pad. And then over on the passenger side, you can see the glove box with all of that room for all the information you need to place there. We'll take one last look at these seats here. And as I mentioned earlier, we have the full panoramic roof, so I currently have the sunshade open. We have all the adjustments for the sunroof as well, along with the dome lights, and you can see some call buttons in front of that. As we get this 2022 Kia K5 GT-Line out on the road, for $30,000, you're getting a really nice sedan. As you've already seen in today's video, all of these materials are super nice. We have the leather steering wheel, the leather seats, all of this brushed aluminum, and then there's a lot of technology for this car. You have the Super Cruise, which I'm going to try to do in a little bit in this video. And you have this large screen here with a lot of info to go through. So I really like, for the money, you're getting a lot. It doesn't have all the crazy bells and whistles, but it has everything that you need to make this a great daily driver. And as far as maneuverability goes, doing a quick 3-point turn there, very easy to see with that backup camera. And now with it in sport mode, giving it a little bit of gas there, just a small acceleration with traffic that we have here, it definitely gets up and moves. So I like, with the smaller engine here, you still have plenty of power. You can opt for a larger engine, you can get all-wheel drive, just depending on your needs. Just overall a really nice vehicle. We have plenty of space in those back seats there. As you can see, you can fold the seats down too, just making it very versatile. But with it in sport mode, we can give it a little bit more of an acceleration. And we're up to speed. So it's definitely plenty powerful. Merging out into the highway or onto the highway, things like that, shouldn't be an issue. And now as we switch over to the POV angle, you can see what it's like to be behind the wheel of this K5. I love the materials on the steering wheel. All these controls are nicely laid out as well. And since we have a vehicle in front of us, we can activate the Super Cruise here. Currently has a distance of 2. And just by pushing that one button, it automatically sets it. And so that's pretty much it. You have the speed that you can adjust right here. So I'm gonna go up to the speed limit, and that's really easy to activate. So we have the distance pacing, obviously. And before we get to the stop here, we can see if this is the full radar cruise system. We'll take another quick look at visibility. So over that shoulder there, you can easily see. Same with the left shoulder there, quick glance. And then as we come to a stop now, the vehicle is automatically braking. And we're coming to a complete stop. So it's really nice to see that feature. I've been driving a lot of vehicles with the full radar cruise. Now obviously, since that vehicle has taken off to the right there, the vehicle will go up to speed. So of course you have to use the brake from there. But I have been driving a lot of vehicles with this adaptive cruise, and I gotta say, it is really impressive. It makes it very convenient when you're driving this, especially every single day. If you're coming home from work, you're in stop and go traffic, it makes it so much nicer to drive, not having to worry about doing the gas or the brake. And the fact that you get it in this vehicle for around $30,000 is very impressive. So let's do one more acceleration here. And like I said, with this smaller turbocharged engine, it's very peppy. This vehicle doesn't weigh a whole lot either. Overall, it's a comfortable vehicle to drive. I haven't had any complaints with how it's going over all of these bumps. The seats have a really nice seating position too. So you could definitely drive this every single day and be very comfortable. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for this walk around, review, and test drive behind the wheel of the 2022 Kia K5 GT-Line. Once again, huge shout out to Kia for providing this sedan for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. All that info is down in the description. If you enjoyed today's review, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.